all the buttons hit now. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our weight class today. You do need light to medium weights. We're doing all upper body, and we're going kind of old school. So we're doing some basic movements today. We're going to start with our regular warm up, seated or standing. You're just going to start with swinging your hands side to side, loosening up your back, checking in, seeing how everything's feeling today. If everything's feeling good, you can turn a little further, maybe move a little faster. And then do 2 more to each side. And then bring everything back in. Moving from here into nice big shoulder circles. And then go the other way. And then throw your arms in and out. One arm across the top and then the other. Make sure you switch it up. 2 more of those. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move to our elbows. So nice big circles with your elbows. And then go the other way. And then moving down to your wrists. And go the other way. Beautiful. Go ahead and squeeze your hands in and out a little bit too. Make sure your hands are nice and warmed up before you're gripping those dumbbells. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to move down to our lower body. So bring your feet out a little bit wider if you're standing, and you're going to do some nice big hip circles. If you're seated, you're just going to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Again, just loosening up those hips. If you're standing, go the other way. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to bring our feet in together. If you're standing, you're going to start with bopping your knees back and forth. And then if that feels okay, add some knee circles in one direction. If you're seated, just kick the knees, kick the toes up, loosen everything up in the knee joints as well. If you're standing, go the other way. And then we'll finish off moving down into our ankles. Pick one foot up, rotate that ankle in one direction, and then go the other direction. And then we're going to switch feet. Again, rotating in one direction. And then go the other direction. Perfect. All right. We are ready to get started. We're going to start with just a basic overhead press today. So you're going to take your weights, put them above each shoulder, and then you're just pressing up and coming right back down. You can do the same thing seated. Either way, you want to focus on sitting up nice and tall, keeping your tummy tight, reaching up towards the sky through the crown of your head. We got 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Just pressing it up, bringing it right back down to your shoulders. Looking good. You got it. You want to keep your elbows a little soft. Don't lock them out. And just work on finding the track that works best for your particular shoulders. Halfway there. Still squeezing that tummy in nice and tight. You got this. Nice and steady. 10 more seconds. Almost there. And time. Set those weights to the side, shake your arms out. And then next up, we have a bent over row. So from here, if you're standing, you're gonna kind of bend your knees just a little bit, stick your bottom out, keep a nice flat back, and you're just gonna row straight up to your armpits. If you're seated, you're gonna do the same thing, but in the chair, just leaning forward, pulling them straight up. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You want to keep your eyes down towards the ground so your head, neck, and back stay in a nice straight line. And again, still squeezing that tummy in tight. Nice and steady. You can do these faster if you want to add a cardio element, but if we're focused on strength training, slow is better. Halfway done. Still nice and steady. You got this, guys. 15 seconds to go. And time. Beautiful. Again, set those weights down for a second. Shake your arms out. Like I said, we're doing all upper body, so shake it out each time in between the exercises. Next up, we're just going to do a basic bicep curl. So for this one, you want to try to anchor your elbows in close. You can have them touch your body if you want, or you can bring them out just a little bit. And you're just bringing the weight up to your shoulder and then back down. Again, don't lock out your elbows. 1 minute on the clock. Let's do it. Nice and steady. Still squeezing the tummy in nice and tight. Still sitting up nice and tall, reaching up through the crown of your head. If you find that this one is a little hard on the hand positioning, you can turn it sideways and try it as a hammer curl instead of a bicep curl. You're working the same muscles, just from a slightly different angle. Make sure you choose the variation that's going to work for you and make this workout work for you. 15 seconds to go. Time. Setting the weights down, shaking those arms out. Up next, we have a tricep kickback. Now this one can be a little hard, so you might want to go down to your lighter weights for this one. Up to you. You're going back to that same flat back position, but this time you're going to pull your elbows up, kick it straight back, and then curl up to your shoulders. So there to there. If you're doing it in the chair, same thing. Just pull those elbows up to your side. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Again, keep your head, neck, and back in a straight line so you're looking down towards the floor. And going nice and slow and steady. Beautiful, looking good. You're going to try to do it with good control so you're going the same speed forward and backwards. Don't let gravity swing you through. Make the muscles do the work. You're over halfway there already. "15 seconds to go. Almost there. Time. Set them down, shake it out. And then next up, we have a press out. Now for this one, you only need one weight. You can go a little heavier or stick with your medium weight, up to you. But you're still gonna have that nice tight belly. You're gonna start in close to your chest, press it right out, and pull it right back in. This one's really going to work the tops of your shoulders and the front of your chest. If you're seated, same thing. Still sitting up nice and tall, holding that belly in. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. I'm pressing out and just slightly up. From the side, you can see it's coming on just a little bit of an upward angle. That really helps work those chest muscles. Keeping my knees nice and soft, so I'm not straining there, and still not locking the elbows out, protecting the joints. Over halfway there already. You got this, guys. 15 seconds to go. Time. Set that weight down, shake everything out. And then our last one is going to be a back fly. Now, this one is again a little harder, so you might want to drop down your weight or even try it empty hand to start with. But for this exercise, you're going to go back to that 45-degree flat back posture, starting with the weights close together. You're just lifting them up and to the side. Still nice soft elbows, still straight line for head, neck, and back. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Check in with your breathing. Make sure everything's still going well. And you should feel your muscles working, but should not feel any stabbing pain or burning or twisting. Anything like that's bad. Let's put the weights down and reassess. Halfway there. Slow and steady. Lower the weights with control. Don't let gravity drop them for you. Make the muscles do the work. 10 seconds to go. Time. Beautiful. All right, that is one set down. Grab some water and then stop and assess where you are after that first round. Now, if you're just looking for a mini workout, one set may be enough for you. It's about 7 minutes. You might be good to go. If you want a longer workout, we have 2 more sets doing the same exercises. So we're going to start back with the overhead press. If anything was too easy, add weight. If anything was too hard, lower the weight or do it empty hand. And we'll get back to it. 1 minute on the clock for that overhead press. Here we go. Straight up, straight down, keeping the elbows soft. Belly tight. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Looking good. Halfway there. You guys are doing fantastic. You got this. Time. Set the weights down. Shake everything out. And then up next, we have the bent over row. Seated or standing. Find that nice flat back. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Pulling it up and then setting it back down. Key for this exercise is to imagine squeezing your shoulder blades together. That's going to help add a lot more work in your back and make it less about your arms. Halfway done. You got it. "15 seconds to go. Almost there. Time. Set those weights down, shake those arms out. And then next up, we have that bicep curl. Again, seated or standing, choose the variation that's right for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember to keep the soft bend in the elbows, belly tight, reaching up through the crown of the head. You guys are doing fantastic. Halfway done. Whew, I can feel the work in my arms. 15 seconds to go. Almost there. Time. Shake your arms out. Give it just a second. And then we're on to that tricep kickback. This is the one where you glue the elbows to the side, kick it straight back, and then curl it up. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. I like to alternate between seated and standing exercises. I find that it helps change the focus of the exercise a little bit. So it's really kind of fun to play around with. But you choose the variation that works best for you, because all movement is good movement as long as it doesn't hurt. Halfway there. Remember, you can always adjust your weight at any time, go up or down depending on what's right for you, or set the weights down altogether and just do it empty hand. Still working those same muscles, with just a little less strain. 10 seconds to go. Still breathing nice and steady. Time. Beautiful. Shake it out. And then up next, we have our press out. That's the one where we hold it right in the center of the chest and press up and out. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Squeeze the belly in tight. Sit up nice and tall, or stand up nice and tall. Keep the elbows soft. Try to go at the same speed out as you go in. Make sure you're working those muscles in both directions. Slow and steady. You got 20 seconds to go. Great job. You got it. Time. Set that weight down. Shake the arms out. And then last up, we have our backflies. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember, soft elbows, especially important for this exercise so that you're not straining that elbow joint. You got this. This is a tough one. Halfway there. Nice and steady. 15 seconds to go. Almost there. Time. Beautiful. Whew, that's another set down. Shake everything out, grab some more water, and then we have 1 set to go. All right, bring it back in. Again, take a second before we start the last set to assess. Do you need to lower any weight? Do you need to raise any weight? Do you need to try a different variation? Change your hand position? Make it work for you. Up next, we have the overhead press. Grab your weights. We got 1 minute. Here we go. Tight belly. Reaching up nice and tall. Soft elbows. Those are our key points. You're halfway done. Again, remember, at any point, you can change the weight even during the exercise or put it all the way down. And just keep doing the exercise empty hand. 10 seconds to go. Time. Set those weights down, shake everything out. And then up next, we have our bent over row. Get in position. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Just pulling it straight up into your armpits. Squeezing those shoulder blades in. You got this. Looking good. Halfway there. Nice and steady. $15 more seconds. Almost there. Time. Set the weights down, shake everything out. Up next, we have our bicep curl. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Again, belly tight, reaching up through the crown of the head. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. This is a good time to check in with your breathing. You should be able to talk, but not hold a long conversation. If you can still hold a long conversation, it might be time to up the weight a little bit. But if you feel like you can't say even a short sentence, it might be time to put the weights down and move to empty hand. Over halfway there. Ten seconds to go. And time. Shake it out. Up next, we have our tricep kickback. So again, that halfway bent over position, nice flat back. 1 minute on the clock. Let's do it. Glue the elbows to the side, kick it back, curl it forward. You got this. Still nice and steady. Halfway done. You guys are doing great. Ten seconds to go. And time. Set them down. Shake everything out. Next up, we have our press out. So grab your weight, pull it into the center of your chest. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Again, checking in, making sure your belly's nice and tight. You're reaching up nice and tall through the crown of your head, and you're keeping a soft bend in your elbows. You got this. Only one more exercise left after this. You are doing amazing. You're over halfway there. Ten seconds to go. And time. Set it down, shake it out, and all we have left is that back fly. So grab the weights that are right for you. 1 minute on the clock. This is our last one. Here we go. Flat back, soft knees, looking down towards the floor, slow and steady with a soft bend in your elbows. You got this. Halfway done. You got 30 seconds left. You can do anything for 30 seconds. Ten seconds to go. Almost there. Time. All right. Woo, fantastic. That was our last exercise. Go ahead and grab some more water, and then we'll do our final stretch. And then we are done for the day. All right, bring it in for the final stretch. We're gonna start with our feet hip width apart and take a nice deep breath in as we bring our arms up overhead. And then just fold forward and then roll up nice and slow with a nice generous bend in your knees. Roll those shoulders down and back. We're gonna do that again. Arms up, bend over, reaching towards the floor, bend those knees, and roll up. Roll your shoulders down and back. One more time there, arms up. Reach forward. Bend those knees. Roll up nice and slow. Shoulders down and back. From here, we're going to take that left arm, bring it across your body, roll that shoulder down away from your chin, and then you're just going to pull in until you feel a nice stretch across the front of your shoulder here. If it feels good, turn and look over that hand, and maybe nod your head just a little bit. Small movements, just massaging out the back of your neck a little. Release, bring your head back to center, and then we're going to go to the other side. Bring that right arm across, pull it in, shoulder down away from the chin. Look out over your hand, and then only if it feels good, add that little nod up and down. Take a nice breath here. And then look back to center and release. All right, next up, we're going to reach our arm up all the way over, pat ourselves on the back. Now, this may be a good enough stretch for you. You may already feel it here through your tricep. If you do, stay there. But if you'd like a little more, take your hand and pull that elbow back towards the wall behind you or the tree behind you, whatever the case may be, just until you feel a good stretch. One more breath here. And then release and go to the other side. So again, check in. Is that enough of a stretch through the tricep for you? If you'd like a little more, reach the other hand up and pull the elbow back until you feel that good stretch. One more breath. And then release. And then from here, we're going to bring our arms up one more time. Fold forward. But this time we're going to hang here for a moment. Stretch our back out just a little bit. Let everything sink down. Let your head hang nice and heavy. And then we're going to come up to that same flat back position we used for some of our exercises, but just let your arms dangle straight down, loosen the socket, and then you're going to add little circles in one direction to massage out that shoulder joint. And then go the other direction. And then nice bend in your knees, come all the way up. Give yourself a nice big hug. Bring your arms out, go the other way, other arm on top. Whew, and then shake everything out and you are all done. I'm going to unmute everybody and hit the button.